Thinking through a recession budget and a depression budget for my YouTube videos. Today is Thursday, 18 September 2025, and here I, Tanis Coralee of Seattle, think out loud about what a recession budget for my videos might entail and what a depression budget for my videos might entail. And so I was thinking, how can I treat it to be cognizant of social, my social circumstances, and being cognizant of my own spending habits. And so I was like, can I come up with an approach for a recession budget? And recessions tend to be short and not very severe, and then depressions, which are longer and more severe. I can think of it as like temporary versus chronic, kind of. Like a recession budget is somebody gets let's say a spectacular bill of health once, and then a depression is somebody gets a spectacular bill of health repeatedly, and it's just part of the full package. So this is kind of the approaches that I thought of and came up with for each case. So for a recession budget, I kind of decided to term it or describe it as price and utility centric approach. So that's, I go out and I buy a food item and I buy it for the price. However, I also buy it because of how I can use it as fuel on my walk run. It's not about flavor. It's not about what meat it is. It's about utility. Okay. And then depression, so it's actual need. They can be like, well, but it makes me look a certain way, or yada, yada, yada. And at the end of the day, there's needs. Nutrients are needs, right? Or just plain fat, right? The three basic forms of energy are carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins, but the body doesn't really burn proteins, so it goes through carbohydrates, then lipids. So for me, I actually eat high fat because I use fat for fuel in my exercise. And I actually have a preference for it. So that's why I do keep my diet a little higher in fat. So for me, going out in price and utility may result in sausage patty as opposed to like a lean chicken breast, because I'm like, that just sits in the stomach and does not help me, and I can't process it for fuel on my run. Reality check. Right. So it might sound better, but in reality, I need that energy for fuel. All right. So it's a recession budget, depression budget, price and utility centric approach. So in that sense, it rhymes with recession budget, with intent to keep prices low. So essentially it's kind of like at the menu ordering, and there's 3 items that I could choose, and I'm like, but which one do I choose to keep, with my intent being I'm choosing that one to keep the price low, to keep it at that price point or lower. So there we go. In that sense, being like, depression's around for a while, so I need that price to stay low. So which one do I choose? With my intent, I'm choosing it to keep the price low. So there we go. That's thinking through a recession budget and a depression budget for my YouTube